So welcome back to DecoyNoise, another episode of Am I the Antagonist? And am I the antagonist for bowing out of my best friend's wedding party after she demoted me from Maid-of-Honor? So as always, make sure you subscribe down below with the notifications on, so even though the world can get really crazy, you can still be reminded twice a day to just kick back, relax, and watch me judge some strangers online in a very non-serious way. So let's go ahead and read this post. So OP writes, "Hi there, Reddit. This past Saturday, I think I may have screwed up a good relationship in my life. Okay. A 25-year-old female, best friend Krista, a 25-year-old female, got engaged last July and has a wedding planned for this December, lockdowns permitted. She and I have been best friends since we were 14. She's even my son's godmother. Our families are close and it feels like we have two sets of parents at times. When she got engaged, she asked me to be maid of honor, and I accepted. Krista has an older sister, Megan, a 29-year-old female, who has been estranged from the family. Basically, Megan lived a very party girl lifestyle and burned a lot of bridges from her family between the ages of 20 and 28. Now she's going to programs for alcohol dependency and is trying to make amends. She and Krista began speaking to each other again last November after being no contact for 2 years. This past weekend, Krista and I were talking wedding plans. We've been doing some homemade decor for the wedding and we're brainstorming other ideas when she decided to drop this bomb on me. She brought up Megan being at the wedding and accommodating her since they're repairing their relationship. I thought this sounded great until Krista asked me to step down as maid of honor so Megan can step in. She said it was important to Megan since it was only her only sister's wedding. I would still be allowed to be a bridesmaid and help with the wedding, just not maid of honor. I asked Krista why she thought it was okay to bench me in favor of Megan and why being a bridesmaid wasn't good enough for Megan, and she said it's traditional for a sister to be maid of honor and it's what she wanted. I've already helped her pick out a dress and decor, and I was looking forward to planning a bridal shower if things calm down in time. I told Krista that Megan can have the maid of honor seat, but I will not be a bridesmaid if she thinks I'm so easily set aside. I would still attend the wedding since I still care about her and my son is a ring bearer, but I have no intention of helping any further with planning. Krista said I was being selfish and making the wedding all about me and should be happy for her and her sister reconnecting, but I don't want to be in the wedding party with Megan now. If I originally was just a bridesmaid, I wouldn't care if Megan was a maid of honor, but I feel set aside like the last 11 years of friendship is devalued. We haven't talked about it since. Am I the antagonist for stepping down as maid of honor and not settling for bridesmaid?" And the edit was, came back after an hour and had over 100 plus more replies and a handful of DMs insulting me. I didn't expect this post to gain so much attention, and I don't feel like being told how I'm a worthless piece of trash at 12 a.m., so I probably won't be replying to anyone anymore. Thanks to everyone for their civil input. I'm going to talk to Krista to see if we can come up with a solution together now that we've both had some time apart. I have no intention of letting this ruin our relationship. So as always, you gotta take the case over to Decoy Court regardless if I know anything about wedding planning and all the things that involve in that. But I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is, Exhibit A is the word of the day. Nepotism. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with nepotism within the confines of a wedding. It's their special day. They can give roles to whoever they want. Whatever. It's one of the few days in your life where everything is about you. Everyone caters to you. You get to be Kim Kardashian for the day, so live it up. It's the same sense that, the best friend's entitled to do whatever they want. OP can do whatever they want. Maid of honor isn't just some title in place to stand in the wedding photos. Like, they legit have a grip of things that they should be arranging and doing for the bride. If this was chess, the bride is the king and the maid of honor is the queen. She's the one going across the board getting stuff done while the king is chilling. And that's a terrible analogy, I know, but the wedding is the last time in your adult life where you can act like a spoiled rich kid and everyone just has to grin and take it and just say, oh, that's a bridezilla for you. Like, they get some free pass, and I can't imagine one time in an adult man's life where they get to do the same. Like, I couldn't just be sitting there telling all my friends to cut their hair shorter so we can take this Instagram picture, or yell at my own mother for wearing something too low cut, or, buy an outfit that's $10,000 for one night, and my girlfriend's just gonna sit there and say, okay, it costs what it costs. Like, no, I don't think I'm gonna get that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get that event in my life, but enough jealousy out of me. Let's just get to what I'm saying is Exhibit B, where, OP still wants to attend the wedding. They still want their kid to be involved as promised, but God forbid OP has emotions on your special day. Like, the idea is they've been BFFs for over a decade, and on her BFF's special day, she basically found out that she has a Buzz Lightyear, and now OP has to just be Woody for the next 3 movies. Like, of course she's gonna be hurt, and she's a human. If you want your best friend to be able to be pushed around from starter to bench warmer a night before the final playoff game, go plan your wedding in The Sims, because OP is not the antagonist. She's just, she's still being civil. She has emotions, and from the edit, it looks like she was thinking about making things right, but Why is OP a bad person for feeling emotions when they were told their friendship isn't as important as when a no-show alcoholic decides to come out and party with you and eat some crab cakes? Like, no, the sister gets to enjoy the parade and stand front and center in the float, even though OP was the one that helped assemble the wheels, plan the parade, and painstakingly put every single flower on the float that's representing all those nameless days where OP was there, but it didn't matter because that's what really makes a friendship. But whatever, maybe I'm just bitter. Take a break, watch the ad, and also just kind of give me some comments and feedback if I'm wrong, I'm right, or if there's anything that I'm not really seeing with the whole wedding planning, because obviously I've never been a bridesmaid. I don't really know what goes in that's involved in that, but let me know if I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm open for all your opinions and your feedback. But let's go ahead and read that top comment right now, which is not the antagonist. I can't blame you for wanting to step down, and I think your friend was really rude wanting to demote you while still expecting the same help. It's great she wants to reconnect with her sister, but being the best friend of 11 years should make you more important than her recently unestranged sister, in my opinion. And here's the thing is, yes, it's important to have your family in the wedding, and the sister should traditionally be the maid of honor, but it does really disrespect the sister's hard work. She's taking the sister, not the sister's hard work, OP's hard work. She's taking a BFF for granted at that point where she's saying, yes, you're still going to be the maid of honor in the maid of honor in all like other words other than actually being the maid of honor front and center. She gets all the credit. I want her to be able to say that she's a maid of honor and be in those pictures, but no. She's not gonna do the work. She's a recovering alcoholic. What do you think? Like, I mean, we're not trying to bash the sister too much, but this is pretty unfair to the OP. But let's go ahead and read the next reply to that, saying, it's also not cool to go back on a promise. She gave OP the title and now is saying that her word means nothing, which is, you know, it is OP. I mean, it is the friend's special day, but yes, she's more than entitled to be upset about it. But let's go ahead and read this next reply because it got gold and are kind of hard to read. So the next gold is saying, I'm going to go with everyone sucks here, only because I can't think of a better way to put it. I don't think Krista was trying to be mean. I think she was trying to fix the situation in a way that would make everyone happy without realizing how hurt you would be. I don't think there's a tradition that the sister has to be the maid of honor, and there's no reason Megan couldn't have been the bridesmaid. Krista could have easily explained that you were already asked to be the maid of honor, but I think you're going to regret not being in the wedding and supporting your best friend. Now here's the thing though, is like, I'm always very family first in all my, like, you know, my breakdowns and Decoy Court, and I always want to give them, you know, benefit of the doubt and the idea that, you know, they've been friends for over a decade, so they are essentially like family. But I would hate to have this very long-standing image of all the times that I would look up at a picture of me, like my best friend, and it's just like it's no longer, it doesn't represent my best friend's wedding. It's gonna represent, hey, remember that one time my best friend totally just took me for granted and didn't appreciate all the things I did and just thought that I could be Woody to her sister being Buzz Lightyear. Like, no, I'm Buzz Lightyear. That's me. I'm only halfway joking because the idea is, no, she deserves better than just being set aside for the situation. But let's go ahead and read the reply to that, saying they quoted the idea that they're still going to go to the wedding because the sons will ring bearer. And then they wrote, except OP's still going, just refusing to help plan the wedding any further, which is pretty fair considering that her friend made her feel kind of expendable. And that's the idea, is just, yeah, I'm, you know, I really appreciate all the stuff you've done, but this other person trumps you. I don't value your friendship as much as I value my sisterhood connection with my actual sister, which is okay. That's fine. She can do that. She can make the sister the maid of honor. Nobody's going to hate on her for that, but then she also can't say, wait, I still want the benefits of you being the maid of honor. I don't want to actually lose you as maid of honor. I want two maid of honors. I just, you know, I need to show everybody around, here's my sister, she's recovered, and this is my big thing. But let's go ahead and read another reply saying, Mild, you're the antagonist. Your hurt feelings are understandable, but you are making this about you. It would have been obviously been best for her to have originally designated her sister as maid of honor, but she asked you to do her a favor, accept admittedly unfortunate demotion for the sake of a relationship with her sister, and you took it as a personal slight. She isn't making this move as an insult to you. She wanted you in the bridal party and was planning on keeping your level of involvement similar. Your feelings are real, but if there was ever a time to take a deep breath and take one for the team, your dear friend's wedding is probably it. And here's the thing, is everybody always wants they expect you to do something they're not willing to do themselves. Hey, sister, I'm not willing to make you, like, one of them is going to be sad in this situation. So if you can only please one of them in this situation, who would you rather please? The person that's been there for you the last 11 years and has actually been the maid of honor for however long they've been planning this wedding, or someone that is kind of unreliable, may pop in and may pop out? I understand they're your sister, but stuff hits the fan, I imagine that the BFF is probably going to reach out to OP before she reaches out to the sister in terms of getting assistance or needing a friend or whatever that may be. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I just don't think that, you know, it's very fair for them to say that you're the antagonist, OP, when everybody just wants you to take a deep breath, take one for the team. Hey, you got to take one for the team. It's like, no. But let's go ahead and read one more top reply saying, not the antagonist. There's no estrangement in my family, but I still wasn't my older sister's maid of honor. Why? Because her best friend was a better choice and someone who could be there to help. I lived 2+ hours away. Our younger sister wasn't in the wedding party at all because she didn't live in the same state. Nobody's feelings were hurt. You were disappointed and hurt, but dropped from the wedding party respectfully. You're still attending, and of course you'll be happy for the couple, but you're making it clear that now that she can have her new maid of honor pick up all the responsibilities that going along with the title. I have the feeling this is going to bite her in the butt. And that's probably true, the idea that it's like, yes, I still want you to be maid of honor. I still want all those great benefits of having a reliable friend planning my wedding, but you know, I just would rather have the luster of my sister coming through and being my maid of honor. It's just totally unfair, and it's totally unfair. I can't make this button work sometimes when I'm trying to get that controversial section while I still ramble on. But okay, so the top comments are for perspective. Controversial comments should be for fun, so let's go ahead and see some of the controversial comments calling her the antagonist. So the first person says, you're the antagonist. Your feelings are understandably hurt, but to throw away a beautiful 11-year friendship like this over a slight is a mistake. You're still a bridesmaid, and there's a real chance Megan will screw this up and Crystal will need you there. Put your feelings aside. Put up your big girl pants and be a friend of Krista who's in a crap spot. And there's another post of you take one for the team. Like, put up your big girl pants and let people take advantage of you. Put up your big girl pants and make sure everybody can walk all over you and not respect your time and effort of being a best friend. Put up your big girl pants and understand you will never be her real sister because she doesn't value you. Put up your big girl pants and shut up. Like, that's my thing right there. Like, I don't like that post. It's controversial. Still got a lot of upvotes, but I just don't agree with the idea that it's her wedding. She gets to be bridezilla. Don't you understand? This is her Kim Kardashian event. Let her be a jerk to you. It's fine. And the next reply that got a lot of downvotes was, exactly, OP, I get why you're hurt, but two wrongs don't make it right, and honestly, if you feel this extreme about having the title change, that ultimately means nothing in the long run. Then I think you were never her real friend in the first place. Being a best friend to me means being there, and as understanding for them as I can be, not being the best, and the way I get to be the best title at the wedding to prove that I'm the best. To throw away a friendship sounds crazy to me. And then says, you throwing, she's even my son's godmother, like she owes you. I hope to God I never treat my best friends like this post. And all you not the antagonist, you disgust me. Everyone sucks, I can understand, but the amount of not the antagonist here is crazy to me. Do none of you even know what a real friendship means? Or is this seriously just a title to all of you? Without it, it means nothing, like WTF. So they got negative 58 points, and they really bashed everybody that didn't want to call OP the antagonist. But here's the thing is, they're saying if the extreme of that being your title change, that means nothing in the long run. You were never her real friend in the first place. No, I think that she just has emotions. She's a person that can feel sadness and feel like feel rejected, and maybe she never was a real friend in the first place. She's gonna have that kind of crisis inside her head if she's replaced by this alcoholic no-show sister that just decided to pop in out of nowhere. Here's the thing is, you're trying to like extract all these things. We're saying you're not a friend, you need to be the best bridesmaid, all this. It's like, no, it's not. It wasn't just a title and a place to stand on the wedding photos. It was all these tasks and responsibilities that she was still expected to do. I chalk this more up to the idea of, if what was that other story we saw on here where somebody said that they were the stepdad and they raised this girl, they raised them like, his stepdaughter for this entire time, and when it came to walk his daughter down the aisle, the stepdaughter down the aisle, the biological father popped up out of nowhere and said, hey, I want to walk her down the aisle, I'm her real father. And they said, oh yeah, I do want my real dad to walk me down the aisle. So it's like, yes, are you going to sit and say that, like, oh, were you ever her father in the first place? You have to be the father, you have to do this, just be a good stepdad. It's like, no, like, that would hurt. Not to say that he wouldn't want to still support the kid and pay for the wedding and do all these nice things there and still be for him. They're going to have an emotional reaction. They're going to feel bad about it. The whole, being maid of honor or walking the daughter down the aisle, you can kind of just demote it to just words and say, oh, it's just walking down the aisle, it's just maid of honor. Are you really their real friend? No, it means a lot to a lot of people, and it obviously meant a lot to this person right there. The same way they were probably planning their wedding for the last 20 years of their life, they were probably planning their best friend's wedding for the last 11 years of their life, so they thought that this was going to be a special event for them, but it just kind of got devalued to her, all her friendship. Like I said, you know, every single flower on the side of that float is like, yeah, they don't mean anything by themselves, but overall it's a beautiful float, all these flowers, and it's a beautiful friendship because they've been there when things were bad, things were good, things were boring. They were there, and all of a sudden that doesn't mean anything. I can feel her pain right now. But let's go ahead and read the next top controversial reply, which is, yes, you're the antagonist. Your friend is correct in that it's not about you, and you're somewhat being selfish. The best thing you could do is support your friend on her wedding day. Taking your ball and going home is not being very supportive. It's all right to feel disappointed, but you would be better off swallowing your pride and standing up in her wedding. It would mean something to her, and that's the whole point, since it's such a nice honor. So here's the thing is, like, you know, be supportive, take your ball and go home. No, she's not taking the ball and going home. She's like, okay, look, I bought this ball. I want you to still have the ball. You guys can still play, but I don't feel comfortable just being on the bench while you guys play when I bought the ball, so I'm going home. Like, no, she's not saying don't have the wedding. She's saying, I just don't want to take place in this game anymore. No one's passing the ball. I'm not getting, like, you know, it's just, yeah, they can swallow their pride and say that she didn't make a fuss at it. She didn't make it about her. She didn't throw a fit. She didn't yell and scream at anybody. She just said, okay, I'm gonna sit this one out. You want her to play instead of me? Okay, cool. Have at it. Good. I will still be there. You can still use my son as your point guard, but, you know, I'm out. So, as always, as these new DecoyNoise episodes are coming out, I'm giving you more of my actual replies. So, not actual replies. Sometimes I'll play a character in these or whatever, but if you're enjoying the way the direction the channel is going, make sure you subscribe with the notifications on, because it really helps me out as we're trying to grow and establish something. I understand that I've been putting up ads and everything, but it's just, things are changing right now. But as always, if you made it this far in the video, I say thank you for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble. I have a good time making these videos, and I have a good time reading the comments down there. If you would like to support me and the channel, you can visit my Patreon or my Ko-Fi in the description, or visit DecoyNoise. Share the video if you really like it, but if anything, just, you know, enjoy the stuff. Put this on autoplay and watch the rest of the DecoyNoise episodes coming up next.